Hi guys, welcome back to Kelly Days. Today has been a very lazy day. It is actually 5:10 and this is the first time that I've turned on the camera today. So I figured that today I would take you guys along with me to go visit Joey at work. We have discussed before I started YouTube what we were going to publicly put out there about our last names, where we lived, where he worked, and stuff like that. That being said, Joey is a firefighter and he does work at a very secured fire department. So if anybody really wants to think about it, you could tell where he worked. I thought I would take you guys with me and show you some of the trucks. That may also be tricky because in order to show you the trucks, it's gonna have the department name on the side in very big letters. If I can edit it out, I will, and if I don't have to edit it out, it's not a big deal because again, it's pretty hard to get into his actual firehouse. It's a very secured compound. I don't know how to say it. And show you what it's like to be a firefighter. He does work there 48-hour periods at a time. Yes, he does spend the night. He will go to work, he clocks in, they do their normal routine, check the truck, make sure everything is okay with the truck, make sure it has gas, make sure the trucks are clean, make sure that they are all stocked with whatever they may need, whether they be EpiPens or bandages or antibiotics or whatever the fire trucks need, oxygen, just normal routine stuff. And then after that, they usually do some kind of a training in between emergency runs as well. And then they have a downtime, probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock. So right now he's probably hitting his downtime. He's probably gonna be either video gaming or sleeping. Usually I call to say, hey babe, I'm coming. And he will say, okay, great, or no babe, we've got a night drill. Would love to go see a night drill, and to be honest with you, I have been with Joe since 2009, and I have never gone to see a night drill. I don't know what the rules are, really. If he works on a day that there is a special holiday, and he is scheduled to work, I will go out to the department, and I will join him. We will cook out. You know, sometimes they had Toby Keith there one time at his department, and I was not actually allowed to go to the concert. They were behind a gate, but I could hear it. And I mean, Toby Keith is great, but I'm just not a country person. I'll be honest with you, the only country I've ever really listened to was the Dixie Chicks. So now that I've rambled, and there'll be a lot of editing to this, I figured I would sit here, explain to you what I'm gonna do today, and then take you guys along with the ride. Why don't you come with me, and I'll meet you in the car. Bye. As you can tell by now, as the footage I just sent a second ago, Joey does work at Ft.Knox. The only reason that I'm more comfortable with telling you guys where he is simply because it is Ft.Knox, and as the saying goes, this place is locked down like Fort Knox. I'm gonna go ahead and head on. I did have to get my my pass, so I just go up here. This pass is good for a year. If I did not get it by June 5th, there is a huge long process thanks to Trump to where you have to have 2 forms of photo ID, a birth certificate, a social security card. You have to have a lot of security stuff. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Hopefully you can. They have fans blowing over here in the back to help get the floors dry and stuff. Altogether, there are 3 fire stations here on Ft.Knox. I figured I would come here and show you the ladder truck for those of you that are interested, or maybe just for Joey to look back on when he retires. This is the brush truck. This is what they will go out and use when there is a brush fire. They have quite a few brush fires during the summer for whatever reason. People dropping cigarettes, kids playing with matches, that kind of a thing. So the bunker rooms are in the back. There's a door here, and then there's a door through there, and that's where all of their bedrooms are. Like I said, they do spend 48 hours here at a time. This is their biggest ladder truck. Ladder truck meaning it's the ladder. It does seat 4, but here's what it would look like if you were to go in. can see, there's not much room for them to sit, and you've got to think they've still got to put on their gear, their bunker gear, their helmets. Of course, they don't wear those in here, but when they're sitting here, they would put on their headsets. And there is another seat right in front of me. So if they did need 6 people in here all together, one would sit here, one would sit there, the driver behind me, and then we'll go to the passenger side of the ladder truck. Now these hoses that you see hanging go up to an exhaust system. They come all the way down here, they have them hanging, and they plug them in to the exhaust so that if for some reason the truck was running on the inside, you wouldn't get CO2 being locked in the garage. There's the passenger side of the back of the truck. Again, they don't have much room either. Same thing, this guy has decided to put his bunker gear right here. And again, you have the flip seat in the need that you need an extra man on the truck. And here's what's inside the brush truck. They always have their water in their cups. They've got extra oxygen back here in the event that somebody needs some. They have their first aid bags, their flashlights. They do have picks on here somewhere. These are to put under the tires in the event that emergency, the truck will roll. Their extinguisher shop. This is where people from around the base will bring up the extinguishers that are either expired or they've been used. And what they do in here is they will reissue them. But you need to wear a mask when you're doing the fire extinguishers because this stuff is very toxic. The last thing you want is to get that stuff in your lungs. Maybe 1 wouldn't be so bad, or 2, but when you're sitting here filling as many as these are, that's a lot of foam that would go into your lungs. I almost forgot, a lot of people, just like me before I met Joe, was wondering, where do they eat? How do they have their downtime? So this is the day room. As you see, they have a flat screen and they do have cable, they do have internet, and then this is their day room. It's split, each day room at each department is totally different. This one is one big long kitchen, and of course they have their recliners. Is set up differently. It looks like one of the trucks is missing. It's either gone on a run or it is out for repair. There's another engine. Ladder trucks have ladders, engines just regular fire trucks. This is my favorite truck here at Ft.Knox. The reason being, not only is it massive, and it's a beautiful truck, in my opinion. It is actually one of the trucks that was in the Transformers movie. I wish I could get in here just how big this truck is. And check this out. I'm 5'4". These things come up just about, well, yeah, to my shoulders. How crazy is that? One of the guys before I climbed on it, because the last thing I'd want is to be on the truck and then actually have to go on a run. But let's check out the inside of this huge truck. That's what they would use to spray water all over the aircraft. So now let's go inside and check it out. On an airplane. You would get your 2 hosesmen over there. The lieutenant drives the truck. The captain over the station sits there and foresees everything, and delegator. And then that's it for this one. But I don't know why I'm so fascinated with this truck. Maybe it's because it was in the Transformers movie, and maybe I've touched the truck of a movie star. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to research it, and maybe I'll insert a clip here of what the truck looked like in the movies. Bay. The bays are what they call a garage. It's called a bay. So in the same bay as the C9, the Crash 9, is one of their tanker trucks. Visiting Joey, and we figured we'd show you the other trucks. This is what, an engine?
Yes.
This is an engine, and this is a different setup than what was in the ladder truck. Day room. This is probably the biggest day room of them all, isn't it?
By far.
By far. All right, I'm gonna turn the light off so that they can watch their game. This is absolutely beautiful. The firefighters here all got together and they made it themselves, which is beautiful. And then the coolest part to me is they actually used the sides of the ladder so we can get you up here. So you see the ladders that they've used? Very, very creative. I'm on the floor right now, squatting down so that you guys can see it. And the support inside is also a ladder. I just think that that is a very, very, very cool. Now I'm hiding under the table and I look goofy. And then here is another big kitchen. So as far as the tour of where Joey works, these are the 3 stations. He's on a swing crew, so depending on what shift it is what station he's at. I would have to come during the day to actually show you everything that he does. But for now, thank you for joining this. Catch you outside to say bye to Joe. So we're done with all the stations. Came back to tell Joey goodnight. He's so tired, he's been busy, and he will be back in the morning. So what do you tell him? Be kind to one another. Love from Louisville. Yep. Or say, be kind to one another. Love from Ft.Knox. Good night, y'all.